Kitchen on Road, the biggest cooking show in the world. We welcome you foods from all cultures, every region, hot and cold, from all continents, ranging from Africa, North America, South America, Europe, and Asia, worldwide. Food brings us together. Food is what makes us smile. It's the fuel to our bodies. But never forget where food is prepared in the kitchen, man. Hey guys, it's me, Kotiande. You guys are probably wondering why I'm here. I'm here to present you guys Season 2, Episode 1 of Kitchen on Road here in Toronto. I have a very special guest in the name of GeeGee.
Hi.
And she is going to be cooking an amazing dish. I can't really go into details. I'll let her do the demonstration. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. She has an awesome page you guys can also check out. She'll be telling you guys as well. I gotta go, I gotta run. I'll talk to y'all soon.
Hey guys, I'm G from GeeGee's Cuisine on Instagram. Today we are here with PiliPili Spices and I will be making a Cajun stuffed salmon sandwich with fries. One of my main reasons as to why I started cooking was because my mom has been an excellent chef my whole entire life. She taught me everything that I know, if not more. I've learned a couple things from some other people as well, so it became a hobby for me to just cook when I was bored, home alone, didn't want what was in the fridge, etc. So I decided while being in the pandemic that I was going to start my catering business because it's always been a passion of mine. And so I did that and now we're like a year into GeeGee's Cuisine and big things are happening. We're here with PiliPili Spices and it's about to go down. So we're gonna start with your favorite fries. Mine are Candish, so whichever ones you decide is your preference. I already preheated the oven to 450 and this bag says that it's supposed to be in there for 10 minutes, but you know, I like my fries a little bit more crispy, so it may stay in there a little longer. I'm not gonna season or anything as of yet because there's gonna be a sauce that includes afterwards. So into the oven. So then we're going to descale our fish. And in this case, I am using salmon, huge piece of salmon. I got mine at the local butcher's. Definitely wanna make sure that your scales are off. Luckily, they've already done it for me, so I don't have to worry about that. So I'm going to cut the salmon in fillets. First, I'm gonna start it off with it being straight. Measure it out just a little bit. So I think I'm gonna go here and here. And here, and then we'll leave that. This is the piece that I left behind. What you're supposed to do underneath, because this is making stuffed salmon, I'm going to cut and insert right in the middle so that my stuffing can sit in it. So you don't want it too big, but big enough for stuff to fit in it. And then I'm going to continue, because this is going on a sandwich, it's gonna be pretty delicious. So I wanna make sure that the slit is in the middle so that you don't have all your stuff squishing out. If you don't feel like it's deep enough, use your own idea. See how deep you have to put it in. So that's how deep I cut them. And this one as well. And then that one. So now we're going to wash our fish. You need to wash everything, guys. Wash your meats. There's enough people out there that don't do that. It's quite gross. We don't live this way over here. So I'm gonna chop a lemon in half because this is what I'm gonna use to wash it. I will sanitize my board, but because this is all going with the fish, it will be all right. So I just squeeze and don't worry about the seeds. You'll wash it off eventually. This will get all the grimy, nasty stuff off of it. It's the same as washing it with vinegar and water. So I just, mix them around a little bit, make sure everything gets some lemon on it. And to be truly honest, if you don't wash your salmon, you can taste that you don't wash your salmon. So people, wash your salmon. Okay, once you've lathered everything in the lemon, you put the water in there. Let it sit for a little bit. I actually want a little bit colder. Drain it. Look at all of that nasty stuff. This is why you wash your meat. You obviously have to be very careful because salmon is very easy to flake and break. So, to make sure that there's no water left in it, I like to squish each piece nicely before I put them back in here. You can also pat them dry with the paper towel if you'd like. And then the lemons go in the garbage because you are done with those. Going to wash my hands, get rid of these lemons, and move on. So now, this is the French fries. So the French fries are done. We're gonna check on those real quick. See if they need a little flipperoo. Ooh. Yeah, they definitely need a little flip. We'll turn off that. We're gonna give these guys a little flip, move them around a little, put them back in, set it for another 10 minutes, and start time. We'll come back to that. Now, we're gonna season the salmon before we do the filling. So, today we'll be using some Cajun by PiliPili Spices, some sea salt, some black pepper, and a little bit of thyme. So I'm going to flip them all facing upwards so they all get a little piece. They're clearly big pieces, so bear with me. So we're gonna start with the Cajun because that is the ultimate star of this dish. So Cajun spices because this is the starter of the dish. To be truly honest, I season until my heart feels content. So it really just depends on how you like your food seasoned. So yeah. Put a little bit of salt, not too much. Obviously seafood needs a bit of salt, but not too crazy. Black pepper, a little bit of thyme for that extra spice and herb. And then we're going to put some extra virgin olive oil. Always keep one hand free. There we go. There we go. Jeez. And instead of mixing, because you will make it flake, I like to pat all the way around. Make sure you get inside as well. Obviously there isn't enough seasoning, so I will be going back in there, but I just want to make sure that each piece gets a little love because we don't like bland food. We don't deal with that. All right, some more love. So some more Cajun, a lot more Cajun. We're gonna go with some black pepper. We're gonna go with a little bit more thyme. And then mix around. Again, like I said, make sure all your slits get some on the inside. See, look at this one. This one's gonna be lit. Look at that. That's how you want your stuff seasoned. So once everything is seasoned, you can either leave it out for 20 minutes while it marinates, or you can put it in the fridge. I'm going to put mine in the fridge just because I have to make the filling, and the filling's gonna take a little bit of time. So again, making sure that everything is coated before it goes in the fridge. Now we go in the fridge. Wash hands. And then we are going to do the filling. So for the filling for the Cajun stuffed salmon sandwich, I will be using 2 red onions, about 5 to 6 jalapenos, and some cream cheese. I'm gonna dice them up. I'm actually gonna get a bowl first. So this is gonna go on the inside. I'm going to fry them up a little bit while they get a little soft. I will add some more of the seasoning because you gotta season every step. After that, I'll let it cool because the salmon is in the fridge. I'll take the salmon back out. I will stuff it with this filling, and then we'll start to cook the salmon, and then we're almost done. Chop that up, that in there. Oh, my eyes are gonna cry. Oh, my eyes are gonna cry. So, this has been 20 minutes of the French fries. We're gonna check up on them. They're getting nice and crispy. I think maybe 5 more minutes because there's still some soggy parts like right here and stuff. So we need everything crispy. Crispy fries. I'm gonna set that back in there for like 5 minutes. In the meantime, I have to cut the jalapenos for the stuffing. So that's what we're gonna do now. How spicy do you guys like your stuff? Let's get it. So I'm using 5. Depending on what your taste level is, you can add more, you can add less, it's all up to you. If I was making this for my personal self, I would actually be putting some Scotch bonnet peppers in it because who doesn't like spice? I do, love spice. So, chop off the stems. I'm going to quarter these. So we want to make sure that we keep all the seeds in them. Again, this is all to your own taste level. So if you can take the spice, keep every single seed. If not, then take some out. So because I quartered them, I can just do a rough little chop. And make sure once you're done chopping these up that you wash your hands immediately. Because if you get any of these seeds in your eyes, you will be bawling for a very long time. So this is how much you have. Afterwards, you can just put them in the little corner right there because they're all going in the pan together at the same time. Again, making sure that you get all the seeds depending on your taste level. Wash your hands after. 5 minutes have been up, so in total it's been 25 minutes for the fries. Gonna check them out, see how they're doing. Okay, not bad, not bad. Looking nice and, oh wow, I just dropped some. But we're looking nice and crisp. Yeah, I'm gonna take these out because I don't want them to burn. So now we're gonna take that off. All right, so now we're going to do the filling for the salmon. I'm going to heat up the pan real quick. I'm gonna add some butter in there. I'm gonna put a little bit of oil in there. Then I will put in the onions and jalapenos. Let that saute and sweat out a little bit. Then I'm gonna add the garlic for some flavor, re-season the whole batch, and cook it down. Once it's all done, then put it in a bowl, mix it up with cream cheese and other cheese, and we'll go from there. So now I'm going to be doing the filling for the salmon. I'm going to put some olive oil in the pan, just a little bit. And then I'm also going to put in a little bit of butter to get that extra flavor going. Because again, we love flavor. Just gotta cut a little piece of butter. I may add some more later on, but just to make sure. So now I'm going to put in the red onions and the jalapenos at the same time for them to do a little dance in here. If your pan is not sizzling, you're not doing a good job. The pan's not ready. So we're gonna do a little mix. I can already tell that I'm gonna need a little bit more olive oil and a tad bit of butter. There we go. So again, let that do its thing. We'll come back to it in a little bit. Just a little update, we've put in the red onions and jalapenos. They're sweating now. I'm gonna give them a little stir. Oh, you can smell the jalapenos working. Now that it's a little translucent in the peppers, I'm gonna put in some garlic. I love garlic, so I'm gonna be very generous with that. Because again, we season everything. I'm gonna do a little bit of some salt. Of course, back with the Cajun, because that's the star of the dish. Some black pepper. And a tad bit of all-purpose. Gonna mix it up real nice. I'm gonna turn down the heat just a little bit because we don't want things to burn. We just want them to get mixed up together. All right, I'm starting to smell it. It's smelling good. I'm gonna add a little bit more butter in there so it's not too dry. And then I'm gonna pop the lid on it for like about 2 to 3 minutes. And then we shall come back. Hot, but really good. Okay. That's really spicy, which is awesome. It needs a little bit of salt and a little bit of Cajun, and we're good. I'm gonna turn this off now and just let it sit. So now that we finished cooking the stuffing, we're going to put it into a nice cold bowl so that it can cool down faster. And then we'll be able to stuff the salmon and then cook the salmon and put the sandwich together and then eat. So I'm gonna put this in the freezer actually, probably for like 5 minutes or so. And then we'll stuff it and then get to cooking the salmon. So now I'll be cutting some of the toppings, red onion and some this is red, yellow, and orange bell pepper. I'm gonna be using half of the peppers and I will slice the onion this way. Wash all your vegetables, cut it in half, core it, and then cut them lengthwise. And then the orange. And then the yellow. So for me, I've noticed, and I've also found out from a lot of other people, that bell peppers, onions, and salmon are like bati and bench. So while I'm making the sandwich, I thought about that. And so I feel like this is gonna add like a different type of texture, add more flavor, more in depth, all of that greatness. So yeah, we're gonna take it to this side, get the pan ready again. Okay, so now that the pan is hot, put a little bit of oil in there. Don't want it too greasy or too oily, I should say. Put a little bit of butter in there, because again, butter is flavor. Mix that around. I'm gonna actually start with the onions. So we just break them up, make sure they're coated, toss them around, let them do their thing. And then soon enough, we're gonna add some of this in, which are the bell peppers. And then we're gonna put some salt and some pepper, leave them in there for maybe like 2 to 3 minutes, and we're good. So now it's time for the bell peppers. Shake that in. Give them a good toss. See all the beautiful colors? It's gonna look so good when we put them all together in the sandwich. So now I'm gonna put a little bit of pepper, some salt. The salt just brings out the flavor in the onion. I'm actually gonna add a bit more butter. And I forgot the garlic in the fridge. Just a tad bit of garlic. Mix that around. Put a lid on it, turn it down a little bit, leave that there for 2 minutes, and we'll come back to it. So now that the filling has cooled, I'm going to add the softened cream cheese. This is 1 full cup, so I'm gonna add that in there. Chop it up. Just make sure it's all blended up nicely. Obviously it's a little cold, so it'll take a little bit, but, oh, this smells so good. Gonna add some Parmesan cheese. This is, I would say is a cup. No, it's half a cup. So I'm gonna use 1/4 cup first. Ooh, we're getting creamy. So this is the consistency that you're looking for, a little thick, because again, you are stuffing it. Make sure all the cream cheese is incorporated nicely so you don't just get clumps of cream cheese by itself. I'm going to taste this in a little bit once I get all of my little cream cheese bubbles out. So now I retaste. That's fire. That's fire. All right, I'm gonna reseason a little bit. So we're gonna go back in with the Cajun. Wow, that's so good. We're gonna go in with a little bit of black pepper. And I feel like this needs a bit of a kick, so a little bit of lemon. And there you have it. Now it is time to stuff the salmon. Okay, so now we're gonna start filling them. This is stuffing. This is a tablespoon. So obviously, depending on the cut of your meat, you either need less or more. The better, the bigger, the better is how I like to do it. So we're just stuffing it. We'll do 1 in each and then go from there. Ooh, I feel like there's gonna be extra stuffing, but you know what? This can make a mean dip as well. You can have that with the fries. You can have that with the fries. This one definitely needs 2 because that's huge. And then, you just get in there. Try not to break the fish. Obviously not your intentions, but if it happens, regardless, it's going down the same way. And that's that. And then we're gonna take it to the stove, start frying it up. But before I do that, I'm actually going to re-season the top because there's never enough seasoning. You season every step, and then I will throw it in the pan. So while I'm re-seasoning, I'm actually gonna turn the stove back on so it can heat up while I'm doing that. Again, this is all PiliPili Spices. Make sure you guys get them because I'm telling you, mad flavor. I'm not gonna put salt on it just because the all-purpose includes salt, and so does the Cajun. If anybody's trying to watch their sodium count, just reduce the salt. So this is what we've got. Time to take it to the stove. So the pan is now hot. Again, we hit it with the olive oil because there's going to be much more in there. I'm just gonna, be a little bit more generous. And of course, always hit it with the butter as well because that's gonna give you the extra a little bit more. The extra flavor, and it's also gonna make it crispy. So here's the first batch. Yes, that's the sound we're looking for. Yes. So let it do its thing. I'll probably add a little bit of butter on the other side and let it do its thing. We'll leave it on this side probably for like 2 minutes and then flip it for 2 minutes on the other side. That almost popped in my face. And then, yeah, let it cook on the inside. So now I'm going to flip it and then I'm gonna put the lid on it so that it can cook in the middle. Because remember we made a slit, there's something inside. You gotta make sure that you cook both sides very evenly. I'm kind of worried. This is gonna pop in my face. Oh yeah, baby, take in that extra crust. So I'm gonna add a bit more butter on both sides. So now I just turned off the stove just so I can, because the pieces are really thick. I turned off the stove to just let it cook in the middle. There's a lid on it. The stove is completely off. So now the salmon has seared on both sides. And so I just turned off the oven, the stove, just to make sure that the inside is fully cooked. So I kept the lid on it and we're just gonna check in about a minute or so, just to make sure that it's fully cooked on the inside. And then we're gonna assemble the sandwich and it's time to eat. So now that the salmon is done, we're going to take it out. That's a little hot, so I'm gonna use this. Ooh, and we're gonna transfer it onto a rack to cool down. My only dilemma, oof, look at that. Look at that. Look at all of that stuff oozing out of there. Wow. Okay. Look at all of that. Yes. All right. So now, ow, it's a little hot. I'm going to toast the buns. I'm gonna drain all of this out first. So we're gonna back up just a little bit. Drain all that out. Keep it on low. We're gonna get the lovely brioche buns. We're gonna get 2 buns going on there. So top and a bottom, and another top and a bottom. We're gonna let it soak up all of the goodness that was already in that pan onto the buns. And then we're gonna make some Cajun mayo for the French fries to dip and also to spread on one of the buns while we're assembling. And we shall be right back. So we're gonna use some mayo, as much as you would like. So I'm just gonna squeeze some in there. We're gonna use some Cajun, till your heart desires. A little bit of black pepper, a wee little bit of salt, and then some fresh lemon. So fresh lemon juice, I should say. And we just take your trusty little spoon and mix that sucker up. It's a little unseasoned for me, so we're gonna go in with some more Cajun. There we go, a little bit more juice. And now in for the test. Okay, that tastes good, but again, you can never go wrong with some more Cajun. Never, ever, ever. That tastes really yummy. There you have it. Your Cajun mayo. Ready for dipping in some fries, ready to put on the burger. We're going to assemble just now, stay tuned. So back with the buns, I put a little bit of butter on them and just let them toast. I'm just gonna place that right there. And then we are going to head on over to actually assemble them. Hey guys, so my meal is complete. This is the Cajun stuffed salmon sandwich with fries. I'm going to have my friend Yomo come in and try it to let y'all know how this is popping.
Hey, what's What's up, Kitchen on a Roll fam? My name is Yomo. Just came straight from the seamstress, working on Code 94. Make sure you check it out on Instagram. Store coming soon.
Yes.
You can follow us at Code 94TO on Instagram. So we're about to try this cuisine by GeeGee's Cuisine.
Hey.
PiliPili, you know, get into it.
Get into it.
So what do we have here?
This is the Cajun stuffed salmon sandwich with French fries.
Okay, so I already know the fries. The fries are all the ball. Huh? Trying to get into the sandwich.
Let's get into it.
I am. So look at juicy, guys. Look at that. Look mad juicy.
Ooh, it's dripping.
We're gonna try it out. Let's go. First bite.
Oh, that sounded really nice. That sounded
The
so
flavor
good.
there?
Yeah, no, I gotta do it too.
Mod.
I gotta do it too. I gotta do it too.
Yeah?
I have FOMO.
No, you have to.
Ooh,
I eat this whole thing. I have to give it back because I'm not giving it back. Cause this, I have to finish that. Huh. Oh. Juicy.
It's a mess. It's so good.
Follow GeeGee's Cuisine. 03 on Instagram. Kitchen on a Roll fam. Taiwan.
PiliPili Spices, click in. Wow, this is really good.
Wow. I don't got time to talk right now. You know? I gotta call them. I got places to go, but I'm taking the sandwich on the road. Kitchen on the road. You already know this. Wow.
So there it is, guys. You have it here. The Cajun stuffed salmon sandwich. Featuring PiliPili Spices, Cajun shake, GeeGee's Cuisine. Catch me at GeeGee's Cuisine 03 on Instagram. You know what time it is. I'm gonna get back into this.